There's Tiger's tweet, sadly missing the 2017 API. Really wanted to be there. Best wishes to the Palmer family and everyone at Bay Hill. This, of course, is a golf course that Tiger Woods has dominated. It is won there 8 times in his career, and with the passing of Mr. Palmer, so many stars, and Tiger Woods had a special relationship with Arnold Palmer. You know he wanted to be there, but boy, the future of Tiger Woods, 2017 and beyond. It seems like every week that one of these tournaments, and I think we all kind of look at the Masters as really the telltale for Tiger, if we see him again in 2017. But for now, one after another with this latest injury, the API, the latest to be scratched from Tiger's playlist, which we thought for sure he'd be at.
I thought for sure that he'd have a chance to be there. I didn't know that he was going to be there officially. I thought it was 50-50 that he'd make that tournament, but just knowing what I've been hearing in the past about how his body's reacting to these latest setbacks, it didn't seem plausible that he was going to be able to make it. And it's sad that you've got the two guys that I think that defined our generation playing on tour in Tiger and Phil. Phil just opting not to play next week, but Tiger having obviously a very more than legitimate excuse to not be there with his back being bad. It's too bad for the API.
Well, if you look at Tiger Woods and you think back to the very end of 2016, he plays the Hero in the Bahamas, his event. And while he didn't play well necessarily, he did lead the field in birdies made, also led it in bogeys and other. But he showed signs, certainly in ball speed and driving, that there's a chance we're going to get the old Tiger at least in glimpse. Then he comes out with his 2017 schedule, very aggressive. He's going to play Torrey, he's going to play Riviera, he's going to play in Dubai, he's going to play the API. Very aggressive schedule where, in his mind, when he put that schedule out, he had to believe in 2017 he was all in and going to make a charge at this comeback.
Watching him swing it down at Albany, I thought for sure that he was fine. He was creating lots of speed. Like you said, the ball speed was up. His body looked good. But that's the thing about back injuries, and I've had back injuries before. I've had protrusions in discs that were hitting nerves, and it's not fun. You never know when they're going to flare up again. And the problem with Tiger now with 3 microdiscectomies is that he's got some significant damage down there, and he just, with the speed that he creates in his body, it's going to be easier to injure that at the speed that he wants to swing the golf club.
It's obviously, you know, very disappointing news. I'm a huge Tiger Woods fan, very clear understanding of what he's done for our game. And I was fortunate enough to chat with him for about 15 minutes in Dubai, and he seemed in great spirits. He seemed happy to be back out there and playing. He was talking about Torrey the week before and how long the course played and how tough it was with the rough being so heavy and juicy. But then, as you see from this footage, you know, once the gun went off at Dubai, he looked a little ginger, he looked a little uncomfortable. And
isn't that the question, though, where we sit now, is he took a year off, essentially, from when we saw him at Wyndham until when he came back at Hero. While everyone said, he's going to try to come back too early, he's going to try to come back too early, he gave it the time.
He did the right thing.
He took the extra time to make sure that he was healthy. Then we see in the Bahamas, and he looks healthy. But the fact that it happened this quick, and he's on the shelf again for now months at a time, it's not outlandish to think that, hey, there's just a chance that this back's never coming back.
Well, the thing is, he doesn't have a crystal ball as to how the recovery is going to go. I mean, he's given it his best shot.
For sure.
All the time and resources and money that he can to try and get out there practicing and playing again. But you know, it's very hard for us to be critical of his game or his swing or his technique at all until he is 100% healthy. And that's the thing that hopefully he can get sorted sooner rather than later.
And that's the hard part. The question is now, Ryan, will he ever be 100% healthy? Because I don't know the answer to that. I don't know that he knows the answer to that.
An injury ended your career when you were still playing competitive golf.
Well,
you said, I'm not going to play anymore.
I can speak for myself only. I cannot speak for Tiger Woods because I don't know the situation, obviously, as well as he does. But I can tell you what your body does when you've had the same surgery multiple times in the same area like I have. It can't take the same amount of force. It just cannot. He's had 4 left knee surgeries. He's had 3 back surgeries. I've had 4 left hand surgeries. I can't create the speed, and my hand can't take the force necessary to play at the highest level against these animals anymore who can still create it like Trevor can, 120-mile-an-hour clubhead speed. I can't compete at that level. So Tiger must feel that he's still got a chance, and why not? I tried for 2-3 years to come back to see if my hand could handle it. He's got to go through that same process to see if he can handle it. And if he finds that he can, then he will continue to play. If he ultimately finds that he can't, he'll make the same decision that I made and just said, look, I can't do it anymore. But it's a hard decision to come to realize that, especially when you lose it in the prime of your career like I did. It's hard to come to that realization.
Let's bring in our insider, Tim Rosefort, for the very latest. Obviously, the big news, electing not to play API. Rosie, a place where he's had so much success. What can you add to the tweet that Tiger put out?
Well, maybe some perspective, Ryan. I mean, you think about it. He said he's not going to enter a tournament again until he's ready to win, so he's clearly not ready to win. Notah Begay had referenced that he was making incremental improvements. Well, obviously, the incremental improvements have not put him at a point where he's ready and comfortable to go back out and play in a PGA Tour event. And you just look for a little different sort of direction on this. You think about Rory McIlroy after missing the cut, after not playing great at Doral, going out, after missing the cut at Honda, going out and shooting 63 at Seminole. Tiger, as much as he's been working the last 2 weeks, he is not shooting mid-60s around medalists. That's another indication. And finally, from a workload effort, a lot of people said at this point in time, 39 years old, banged up, obviously, hurt confidence-wise with that chipping game, that he just didn't have the heart or the desire to dig himself out of where he is right now. But I texted Olin Brown last night, who's a member up at Medalist, a member of the club, and asked him what he's seeing. And he said, quote, a guy who's busting his butt to get better. But you have to look at it like, can he bust his butt enough between now and Augusta to get to that point where he's ready to win that golf tournament? I mean, the last time, I don't know, you think about the last time he's won a major, 08, the last time he's won a Masters, 05. Henrik Stenson said, Tiger has made this journey before, so he knows what it's going to be like. He can make it again. But the difference is this journey, obviously, is a lot more difficult than when he was a kid, coming out, healthy body, taking the game by storm, overpowering everybody, getting in everybody's head, and doing what he did for over 10, 15 years. So I think we got to take a step back now. Whether he plays Houston or not, it's all about the Masters, whether he's going to be ready for that, Ryan. And again, all I can say is he's been working hard to get to this point to make this decision. He took it pretty late on a Friday, which leaves you some sort of indication that maybe he was thinking he was close, but maybe not. The byproduct of that is he's not playing the API.
Reading TigerWoods.com, he goes on to say, I spoke to Arnold today, told him I would not play his tournament. I'm sorry I won't be in Orlando next week, but I know it will be a really successful event. I'm putting a lot of time and work on my game and making strides, but like I've said, I won't return to the PGA Tour until my game is tournament ready and I can compete at the highest level. I hope to be ready for the Masters and will continue to work hard preparing for Augusta. I want to thank everyone for their support. Rosie, Tiger Woods, you have to believe, was embarrassed with the effort he put forth at Phoenix and again at Torrey, and this leave of absence is... Do you believe this is him saying, I will not put myself in that position again where there are people rolling their eyes as I am having so much difficulty? And with that said, Rosie, do you think right now, from everything you've heard and seen, and I know we're 27 days away, but where we stand now, do you think we see Tiger Woods at Augusta National?
I haven't seen him. I've only been reporting on him, and, based on the work effort, yeah, based on the fact that his body hasn't broken down while he's practiced this hard, morning, noon, and night, the gym, short game, 27 holes at Medalist, more short game later, that's a positive sign. But as it relates to the missed cuts, Ryan, and the things that obviously there's nothing for him to gain by going out, and even if he stayed healthy, played the way he did at Phoenix, that's not going to help his confidence. So until he's ready to take it from a place where he doesn't have millions of eyeballs on him into that arena, we won't know until he knows.